What's going on, world? It's me, Andre Cat, out here from West Palm Beach, Florida. So I want to add another service when it comes to copying my trades, and basically this is for scalping. Okay, so a lot of people have been reaching out to me saying, "Hey, Andre, why don't you scalp?" Or can I, can you offer a service where I can copy your trades when it comes to scalping? Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a service where you can copy my trades, but you're going to be copying my trades when it comes to scalping the market. Okay, so and what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to do a special for you guys. For the first month, it's only $150. All right, for the first month, it's $150, and then next month, 30 days after, it'll be back to $500 a month. So if you guys want to copy my trades for a whole month, it's only $150, and you'll be able to copy my trades when it comes to scalping the market. So basically, we're gonna be in the trade and out of the trade like that. Okay, making you daily profit. All right, you can use your prop firm challenges, or you can fund your own trading account. Put 500, $1,000 in your trading account, and you'll be able to copy my trades when it comes to scalping. Okay, so while I'm in this video, I'm gonna also mark up my charts, and if you got any questions or anything like that, I'm gonna leave a link in the description box below that will take you over to my Instagram. Just message me, "Hey Andre, I want to copy your trades when it comes to scalping." Um, Now my other service is still available when it comes to copying my trades. Basically, with that service is that basically, you're going to be in trades for days or sometimes even a week. Okay, but if you want some fast profits and you want to be in and out of the trade, you want to make money like that, then it's only $150 for the first month, and then next 30 days after that it's $500 a month. Okay, all right. So I'm looking at NZD CAD. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up my zones here. Let's delete this one here. I like to mark up my session zones on the 1 hour chart, and I like to look at the previous high and low of each session. So basically, and then also it also depends on what pair you're trading to as well. Any USD pair, I'm looking at the US session highs and low, and then any pound pairs, stuff like that, I'm looking at the London session highs and lows, and then I also sometimes draw my Asian session highs and lows as well. Okay, but for this case, this is the low of the US session. I like to draw the zone from the wick to the body, as you can see here. Sometimes I like to make my zones a little bit smaller. Sometimes like I drop it down to the 30-minute or 15-minute, but I always draw the zone on the 1 hour chart. And then what I like to do too is I like to draw it back in the future. I mean back in the past to see if this zone is being respected. Okay, if this zone is being respected or being rejected. Okay, as you can see, you know this zone is kind of being respected. Okay, you got a rejection. You got a rejection here. You got a little rejection here. Okay. You got two rejections here, as you can see here where my mouse at. Two rejections there. So this zone look like it's being, you know, rejected or respected. All right. Okay. So we got that zone. We got the U.S. session low there. Now the U.S. session high is probably going to be here. So as you can see, there's no wicks on there. So what I usually do is I just usually get my horizontal line and turn into, let's see, okay, New York session high. So I usually just, if there's no wick or anything like that, I just get my horizontal line and just put it there at the top of the high. Oh, that's good. So now I got my U.S. session low and I got my U.S. session high. Okay, and yeah, that's it really. I'll go to the next pair, do the same thing. Matter of fact, I might get rid of this big zone here, and then I might get rid of this here as well. Well, I might keep that there because it look like there's some rejection right there. So, but in this case, this is the U.S. session high right here. That's the highest point that price reached today, in today's U.S. session. Okay. And then as you can see too, this black line, I don't know if you guys can see it, this black line right here, is my psychological round number, okay? When it comes to trading, price like to touch these levels and reject them, or break and retest them, okay? So as you can see, I have the 700 is a round psychological number. Banks like to take profit at those levels, okay? Now, let's look for the low, the U.S. session low. Let me delete this. Don't want to have my chart up too full of zones. So this is a big zone. So what I'll do is I'll break it down to the lower time frame. See if I can make the zone a little bit smaller. Go to the 15. I can make it a little bit smaller. So boom, there we go. We have the U.S. session low. Okay. And I like to draw it in the future. In the past, and see if price has rejected that area or the zone in the past. And then we have, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. So this zone is being rejected. Okay. So now I got my zones. I got my psychological level at the top here. And yeah, go to the next page. That's all I do. Now I do other stuff too. I draw my previous weekly high and low zones as well on a daily chart, but in this case I'm just preparing myself for tonight's London session, and I just want to draw my US session highs and my London session highs and lows. Okay, so let's get rid of this zone here. And guys, if you want to copy my trades, right, when it comes to scalping the market, it's only $150, and $150 for the first month, and then 30 days for later, it's only $500 a month. Okay, and guys, y'all gonna make some decent profits when it comes to when it comes to me scalping the market, and you're gonna see it's gonna be a lot of consistent results. You're gonna win a lot more than you lose, and you're gonna make profit. Okay, so in this case, I'm looking at GBP Chef, so it's a pound pair. So mainly, I'm looking at the London session highs and lows. So, but you can also draw your U.S. session highs and lows. And you might be wondering, how do I got my candles? What these colors mean? All right, so the yellow candle means that I'm in an Asian session, and the red candle means I'm in the U.S. session, and the green candle means that I'm in the London session. Okay, but I have my I feel like I already have my U.S. session high, as you can see here. This wick here to the body, that's a previous London session high. But let me draw my previous London session low, and I believe this candle is the low, so no wick. I'll just draw out take my horizontal and then make it green. When it comes to drawing my zones and my horizontal lines for support and resistance, I usually do it the same color as the session that I'm in. Okay, so again, the green candle means that I'm in the London session, the red candle means I'm in the US session, and the yellow candle means that I'm in the Asian session. So in this case, if we're looking at the previous London session low, then it's going to be green. Okay, boom. All right, because price like when it comes to these U.S. session highs and London session lows and stuff like that, price like to reject these areas, and you can most of the time trade off of these zones, off of rejection off of the zone, or off of the break and retest of the zone. So what could happen? Price could come up here and reject, or what price could do is price could come up, break the zone, retest, and then continue going up. So it all depends on the higher time frames. That's another thing too. I look at the higher time frames to tell me what type of structure we're in. Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? I start from the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour. Those time frames tell me what structure I'm in, and then you just break it down to the lower time frames when it comes to entries. Okay. So yeah, let's go to the other here. Let's remove this zone here. Now this zone also has been rejected, so sometimes I like to leave that zone, and then what I usually do is I just turn it white. That way I don't get confused which is the previous high and low. But in this case, the U.S., since we're trading looking at USD CAD, anything that has a USD pair, I always like to draw my US session highs and lows. And in this case, this is the high up here when it comes to the US session. Again, I like to look at the 1 hour, but you know, we'll keep it that way. We'll keep it, because this zone is based on the 15. I was just on the 15 minute, but we'll keep that as the high, the previous US session high. Okay. Remove this. Remove this. Okay. Now we need to draw our US session low. And now I'll mark up one more pair because I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to give you a flow, like give you my flow when it comes to marking up my charts. I like to mark up my session highs and lows. And like I said, it all depends on what session you're in and what session you're looking to trade in. Those are the type of zones that you want to draw, okay? All right, so I got my US session low here. We can even remove this zone here too. All right, boom. Now, you know, when it comes to looking at these pairs, you know, like I said, you go to the weekly here. All right, you go to the weekly. Oop, I just moved something that I wasn't supposed to move. Okay, so in this case, we are bearish at the moment. We're bearish at the moment for USD CAD based on the weekly. Okay, I even drew a Fibonacci retracement from the top to the bottom here, and price is coming up to that 88.6. So price might go up into this 88.6, or even reject this 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level and then continue heading to the downside. Okay, now if we look at the daily, now the daily is going to be bullish. You know what I'm saying? So I know weekly is bearish, but in order for you know, price to go in on the weekly's favor, you have to the daily has to go bullish to get to a certain area for the weekly, based on the weekly. Okay, 4 hour, we're probably bullish. Of course, we're creating higher highs and higher lows. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're definitely bullish on the daily, and we're bullish on the 4 hour. The weekly is bearish, but the daily, the 4 hour, the daily has to go bullish to get to a certain area based on the weekly to continue that downtrend. But you never know, price might continue to go up and break. Price might continue to go up and break this previous lower high. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on this. So you know. And also, you might be wondering now how I'm going to be scalping. Well, when it comes to scalping, I'm going to be looking at the 5-minute chart. All right, I'm going to be looking at the 5-minute chart, and then I'm going to also be looking at the 1-minute chart. Those are the time frames that I'm going to be scalping on. Okay, so with that being said, I'm not going to make this video too much longer. I just wanted to, you know, kind of give you an idea on how. I didn't show you everything when it comes to like how I mark up my charts and what indicators that I use, but you know, I don't want to make this video too long. So, but if you guys want to copy my trades when it comes to scalping, now remember, there's 2 different services. You copying the regular copy trading, basically you can be in trades for days, weeks, or whatever. But I'm also gonna be allowing you guys to copy my trades when it comes to scalping. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a special for you guys, and you can pay $150 for the first month, and then you know $500 the following 30 days. Okay, so if you're interested in that, click the link in the description box below. It will take you over to my Instagram. Just let me know, hey Andre, I want to copy your trades, and I'll go ahead and get you set up. All right, so with that being said, I'm Andre, Cat, here from West Palm Beach, Florida. I'll see you guys on the internet. Take care, y'all.